Thank you all for being here. A lot more packed than last year. I'm a second year. I'm double majoring as a history major under the pre-credential route and also as an Asian studies major. That's it, right?
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Chico. Not important. Not important. Okay, so my piece is gonna be interactive. So everyone here knows how to clap, right? Hopefully. So we're gonna clap 4 times when I say the words represent, represent, and repetition. So represent, represent. So we're gonna clap 4 times. So let's practice for a little bit. Represent, represent. That's some weak claps, y'all. Come on, we can do better. I know it's like 6:20, 6:26 in here, but we can do better. Represent, represent. Ooh, okay. So it's gonna be more towards the end of my piece. So if you hear me say represent, like in the early parts, just know that you don't have to clap. I just have to clarify a little bit. Okay, so what I represent. My question to you is, what do you represent? You may be confused by that question. Do you represent yourself? Parents, friends, family, sister, brothers, ethnicity, culture, school, even. I'm going to move on to something else, but keep that thought in your mind. In June, I turned 20. I know, right? This baby face, turning 20. After finishing my job for the day, I went home to eat. I was talking to my 85-year-old grandma. My grandma asked me, so, go on, put your show on. And I said, oh, Ningo, 20. And then she suddenly asked me, which I feel like all grandmas ask this of their grandchildren, when are you getting married? I'm 20. When are you getting married? And our conversation soon led to a different question. She asked me, when am I getting my bachelor's degree? And I said soon, which is a lie. But she understands that the lies I tell her are not lies, because she was the one who taught me that people keep secrets for a reason, and any truth can be worse than anything that could have covered it up. I represent her hopes and dreams. The Hmong was involved in the secret war in Laos. The war lasted from 1961 through 1975. In those 14 years, 30,000 Hmong soldiers died. Those soldiers always lived with a shroud on. When they died in a nameless place for the sake of that war, the place of their death became their grave, and their uniform became their shroud. These soldiers' ages ranged from 12 to 60 years old. The war may have ended in 1975, but the killing didn't. That was when the genocide began. Between 1975 and 1985, 100,000 Hmong people died trying to flee to other countries. Another 50,000 died just from crossing the Mekong River from Laos to Thailand. Due to our cooperation to fight for the U.S. and Laos, the Vietnamese government ordered all Hmong people to be killed. But you wouldn't know this because it's not in our K-12 history books. My grandma told me the stories of her experience during those hellish years in Laos. One of her friends from her village volunteered to be a nurse in the war when it first began. When my grandma was able to see her friend again, and 10 years later, her friend told my grandma that a doctor with a scalp sees more death than a soldier with a gun. I represent those soldiers to sacrifice. With that knowledge about how difficult it was for my ancestors to come to the U.S., I use that as motivation to obtain a quality education. Because I know this right here is a damn well good privilege that I was fortunate to obtain. I'm not here trying to disappoint my ancestors and my fellow Hmong brothers and sisters who are still in those refugee camps in Thailand. Maybe not physically, but spiritually, our spirits and our souls are still there. In my freshman year in high school, There are 17 Hmong students in my projected graduating class. 17. On graduation night, only 16 Hmong students graduated, but only 4 of us were committed to a 4-year university. 2 years later, and I met those 12 students who didn't go to a 4-year university. 6 of them told me that they stopped trying to pursue higher education. I represent the few Hmong youths that have not been brought down by the system, by drugs, alcohol, gangs, and violence. When I attended a conference 8 months ago in April for Asian Pacific Americans in higher education, also known as APAHI, one of the workshops I attended there, the presenter asked us to participate in an activity. We were given a prompt to create lyrics and perform it to the people who were in that workshop session. The prompt was, "What do you represent?" So naturally, I volunteered. And I began with, "Represent, represent, represent, represent. This is what I rep. I represent the silent ones. I represent the ones who never won. They expected me to fail. But nah, I ain't like that. I'm tough as nails, smooth like ale, and cold as hell. They try to color my future like the Mekong, but try to make us forget about the napalms. But don't worry, it won't take long till I'm at the top, because I'm never gonna stop until I drop. That's because I represent myself, my legacy, and the Hmong. So ask yourself, what do you represent?" Thank you.